Okay, I'm back, and it's pouring rain today, and I got this job lined up, and I'm going to do it anyway. Some gloves here. Good old toolbox. You know, you can hope and pray for nice weather for that job you're trying to do, but sometimes you just gotta dive in. You gotta dive in no matter what it's doing outside. And I've looked out the window, and I've been out here once already. And I thought, I'm not going out in that. There's no way. There's no way I'm going out there to do this today with it raining. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do here is I got a brake caliper that's been seizing on the Volvo. And it basically dug the pad into the rotor. So it kind of ruined the rotor. And that's been a kind of a headache. I had it apart one day about a month ago and thought I straightened it out a bit, but no. So I ordered a caliper and a rotor. Actually, I got one for each side. But I think for today, I'm just gonna get the bad one changed. But let's just lug this toolbox out there. And let's get a look at this. You don't win them all. You can't have perfect conditions to do every job. Sometimes you just got to get in there and get it done. So I'm going to sling a tarp for this today. That's the wheel. You can see all this stuff, the particles of that rotor has been coming apart. It's really rough in there. So let me get a tarp slung up here and let's get this started. Okay, so what I did was I slung a tarp, tied it back to a fence, and I zip tied it to the roof rack of the car, and I've created myself a work environment that's dry on this otherwise horrible rainy day. Everywhere else is soaking wet except under this tarp. Got an access to my gate to get in and out, get tools, and loosen the lugs. Okay. So, just like that. Pads will come off. Okay, just like that. We're going to be taking that hose out of there anyway. That one was. And there's one of those top and bottom. We'll get that over there. There's the bracket. Okay, that rotor. You see how it's got these little holes around here, the smaller holes. They're meant to have a screw in it to hold the rotor to the hub. But this one didn't have it. That might have been part of the problem. But you know, usually your wheel, once it's on there, will hold that tight anyway. But this one's got no screw in it. Not quite sure why. Anyway, there's the rotor. And like I say, we do have a new rotor, so we're going to put a new rotor as well. And there should be, see there's a hole here. Maybe it's because the hole's stripped. We'll see, but we'll try and get one of those bolts in there when we put the new rotor on. Okay, so the new rotor comes with a little bit of a coating on it. So we'll just take some brake cleaner. Same on the other side. I've already compared it to the old one. And it's the same size and height and everything. All right. Now I couldn't find a screw for that to hold that on there, so it's going to have to go back on together without that screw in it, because I'll have to order the right one. It seems like the one I ordered it said it was the right one, but it's what I need is a much smaller one. So it'll be fine. It'll be held on with the lug bolts, so that'll be fine. It'll hold it. But I'll just put it on the list to put a screw in there at some later date. Put it on there. Just for now, I'm just gonna hold that on there with one of the lug bolts. That'll be fine until we get all the caliper and everything installed. There we are. Okay, so I separated the new caliper from the new bracket, and I've got one bolt in the new bracket. I'm going to put the second one in. Okay, and I'm going to take these new pins out. Even though they're new and they're greased, I'm going to put some more grease on them. Okay, pin out of there. And it looks quite dry, actually. It's got it had a little bit of grease on it, but I'm going to put some more. And what you're going to want to use on these is what they call silicone ceramic brake lubricant. All right, I'll just get that one in there. And we'll get the other one out and do the same thing to it. Bit of that on there. And then in the other side. Right there. Sorry about the light in your eyes. It's in my eyes too. Trouble lights, eh? They're always shining in your face. Okay, so I got the line hooked up in here. That's tight now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some brake cleaner and I'm just going to spray this off. I'm going to change my gloves and I'm going to put the pads in here. I'm going to put a drop of grease in the tracks where the pads slide, here and here, and there and there. And then I'm going to sit the caliper on it, tighten those sliders, and then we're just about there. Okay, here's the new pads. Came packaged like that. One there, a little there. And a little up here. You want to make sure that you don't get grease on the rotor or the pads, but you do want to have a little drop of grease on that place where the pad has to slide back and forth. Otherwise they won't self-adjust. Alright, so we have an inner and an outer pad. The inner one has a clip that goes inside the piston. Let's just take a look at that. So right here. Alright, so that one's going to go in there like that. Okay. That one like that. I see there's a little drop of grease on there. I could take that off. Spray that off. A little bit there. Put this one in the track here. Like that. Slide this one over it. Alright. Alright, now I just gotta locate and tighten these slider pins. Okay, so last you heard I was trying to put these slider pins in and tighten them up. And it's a T45 Torx. And I had this a minute ago, right? When I took them out. You think I could find it? I looked in my toolbox. I looked all on the gravel here. I got on my hands and knees, took the light, went all around. I even traced myself back over to the table where I'd sprayed off that rotor. So I went and looked in my toolbox in the house. I scoured it. I went through everything. It's the only one I've got, I think. I couldn't find it. I came out here. I looked again. I went through everything. I couldn't find it. It's like, where did it go? So I looked all around the top of the engine, up here, and I looked down in. I even thought it might have fallen down in the jack. Couldn't find it anywhere. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go in and have a cup of tea, you know. Take a little break, and maybe it'll look better with fresh eyes. So when I went in the house, I took my boots off, and there it was in my boot. See, I was out there working, and it fell down inside my boot when I was finished with it. That's where it was. I couldn't feel it. It was kind of sitting here in a heavy sock. Oh man, the joy, the pure joy that brought me, that 10 minutes or so of looking for this thing, at least 10 minutes. That's part of the joy of working on your own car in the rain, outside in the dirt, and it's second to none, I'll tell you that. Let's have a little gander here. Okay, we're going to tighten that up. Okay, that's good. Another one down there. Tighten that up. Nice and snug. Very good. Holding. Okay, pump again, please. And hold it down, please. Well, that looks good. Okay, so that's all put together. I just got to take these studs out, mount the wheel, and we bled it. I've earmarked this job now for a new hose. I'm going to get another hose for this. It's, you know, it looks okay, but it's I probably should have had a new one, but it's okay for today. Got to make sure when you bleed your brakes that you top up the fluid while you're doing it and afterwards. Make sure the reservoir is topped up with the right fluid. This car takes .4. Okay, so we got it fixed. The one thing I forgot to do, I had to take the wheel back off, was to put that clip on there, that anti-rattle clip. That only took a second. Anyway, that's how that's done. You can get it done in the rain if you have to. Just sling a tarp and look at all the fun I had. I'm sure you all just want to get out there and start doing that, hanging tarps up. It can be done. Look up at the top of the video here. I slung a tarp another time to work on this particular car, actually another time. Anyway, the brakes are working well. That fixed it. And it's still raining. Anyway, that's how that's done. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you again here very soon on Everyday Projects. Bye for now.